And you and I talked about this before the house. You told me about Boogie. I told you that, it's just common sense to stick with the people in your season.
Right, of course.
Of course. But my goal is, because I've been thrown on the bus by a couple of them already, my goal is to make sure that the people that could potentially get HOH the following weeks when I'm not safe are going to be more apt to going after the other ones. You don't see me when Season 6 wins celebrating and
like Howie does. That's what Howie's so dumb. I mean, he's running up every time.
And you know what the worst part is like, after the first one, I told him to calm the fuck down.
Right, and he can't do it.
He can't do it.
I mean, I guarantee you, if Boogie wins HOH, I'll just be like, hey, good job, and just cool.
Like when Howie won, or when Kaser won HOH last week.
Exactly. Just mind your business.
That's the way you have to work. If I hated those three, I would still need them, just as much as if Nicole was in here. And if you weren't over everything, you would have to stick together. But there's no reason why all of us should worry about each other and let these other people just sit there and get to the end.
Well, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I guess, yeah.
Because all of us played in our seasons. You know what I mean? You have people here that haven't stepped up to the plate once. Not
Ever.
Their first time playing.
Ever. I mean, there's people who can go nameless, but yeah, you want to see a player win.
Because everyone's like, oh, I'd never vote for Dr. Will if he made it to the end because he already won. I'm like, well, I would vote for him because to be the #1 target in the House and make it 12 weeks.
Sure. Very honestly, if it wasn't for sequester, I'd be willing to play. I just don't want to go week 6 and then sit in sequester for 6 to 7 weeks. Ruin my practice, ruin my relationship.
Your first person there, it's shitty.
It's hellish.
Jennifer was there for 7 days by herself.
Exactly.
Showed up.
And then she was there, another 4 or 5 weeks? Something ridiculous.
I went on the 62nd day. She was there for 14 days before me, and I was there for 18. So she was there for 32 days.
Yeah, and I mean, that'll ruin my relationship, my practice, my reputation. It'll just be terrible. It'll be devastating for me. So that's something I really can't imagine happening at all. I mean, very honestly, if they're like, look, here's $1 million at the end, here's a bizarre twist that gives something, I'm open-minded, but right now I highly
in which case
suspect,
even the target will be even raised on your head.
Yeah.
You've already won $500,000.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be raised. Yeah. Yeah, I got to get out of this crazy hellhole.
But yeah, I'm not putting up who Season 6 wants me to put up because who I wanted Season 6 to put up last week,
they didn't do.
They've left me out of everything, but I have to take the fall because we're all 4 together from the same season.
Well, Kaser's move was brilliant because it moves him on such a low radar. It's not like Diane's coming after Kaser now. She's not.
No. So it's like it was a brilliant move in that sense, but like I said,
Mike, please go to the diary room.
I've been thrown under the bus a couple times.
Well, let me ask you this question. Let's say you put me and someone else up, and I stay, and Mike or myself wins HOH. We have got, at that point, to put someone from Season 6 up. Do you not care who the 3 people are? Obviously, it'll buy you.
How many winners are in this game?
Just me.
No, how many winners? Like,
one person wins the show, yeah.
So, I'll never put them up, and I hope they won't put me up.
Right, but people have to go. And
people have to go.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have to put up Season 6. You might feel that you have to, but really, the way I think people should look at this is not, like I said, as a team sport again, but look to who they think they can and cannot beat. And not, I don't mean in voting, because I feel that if I make it to the end, I should be able to beat anyone in voting.
Right.
I'm talking about later on down the line. Like Nokomis, Season 6 wanted to keep Nokomis.
Right.
Not me.
She's good, yeah.
She's amazing.
She's good at what she does,
She won 3 HOHs in the limited time she was there.
She's smart.
She's smart as fuck. So, obviously, who are the 2 votes for her to stay? Season 6 people.
Right.
Not mine.
Right.
Because why am I going to keep her? Because she fits into someone else's plans who kept me completely out of the process. So, I mean, we're all here to win, and we're all here to, hopefully enjoy this time here.
Yeah, well, I apologize that I'm not more enjoyable because I'm a fun guy, and this is just fucking dull. They needed to turn it up, and they didn't.
Well, like I said, right now, I don't feel like Boogie throws my name out there a lot, which is a concern of mine, considering that prior to this, I thought that we were on a certain level.
But I'm afraid if he didn't throw it out there, it would be even more suspicious.
Okay.
Like, if he wins HOH, he will not put you up, but he will put up, well, we haven't had a definitive thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if he put up Howie and Janelle, but he won't put you up.
Right.
He might put up Kaser, but he won't put up Howie and Janelle. I mean, he won't put up you, but he might put up Kaser, but he wouldn't put you up. So, and I mean, Boogie's real cool with Danielle too.
So. No, and Danielle. Well, when Danielle and I have talked, it's always not you as it was before, because I don't think I told her, or I guess I did tell her I was talking to Boogie before also, but whatever that was. She knows that you guys are a tandem.
Yeah.
And
we wanted to make that clear from day one.
Just Danielle and I, you know what I mean? I mean, Danielle has always been loyal to me. You know what I mean? We've been friends outside the house.
She respects gameplay that you do, that I do.
Exactly.
And the thing is, I mean, I guess, fuck it, let's call people out. Erica, here, I'll give you an example. Erica went to Diane after the fact of when Diane was definitely going to stay and was like, look, I convinced people to keep you. She didn't have anything to do with it at all. But she did a good job of convincing Diane of that. And Diane was like, yeah, Erica really helped keep me. And I was like, she did? I was like, okay, whatever, I'm not even getting into it. So, like, Erica and Marcellus are doing a phenomenal job jumping week to week to week. Mm-hmm. Chicken George, well, he doesn't have any enemies because he's just going week to week to week. Jace and Danielle, Jace is definitely, you know, on the Chilltown side. Excuse me. And Danielle,
part of the alliance, or just someone you enjoy hanging out with? You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Like, you want Dr. Pepper or anything?
No, I'm cool. Thank you.
Right.
Well, yeah, exactly. Whether he is or not, then it's the perception.
It's the perception.
But
Jace is another dangerous player.
Well, he's incredibly athletic, and he's actually... see, the thing is, at this point, everyone here is really good, except, you know, like, you got to wonder if Chicken George can win competitions.
Right, but see, that type of strategy...
And Howie, too. Howie's terrible, too.
Howie won 2 HOHs last year. One of them was given to him.
Right.
And that's where he put me and Sarah up. But
and the other one...
was a crapshoot. It was
exactly.
Throw the ball down the lane.
I mean, Howie gets very nervous.
The thing about Howie is, once again, with his mouth, even if I wasn't on season 6, you don't put him up because there's not a girl in here that doesn't want to throw his ass out.
Of course, yeah. It's only so much they can take.
Completely.
Well, so what are your thoughts for tomorrow, then?
My thoughts for tomorrow, we get back to Chicken George, for example. I don't think someone that's never going to have to play this game, I don't even really think they should make it a sequester.
Well, if Chicken George is in the finals, he's 47 years old, and this sounds horrible, but he doesn't have a lot of assets, and people will be more inclined to give him the money. If you're against Chicken George, you probably have lost the game. Because almost anybody.
People feel sorry for him. And,
right.
Like, I don't see Chicken George as this nice guy that everybody sees.
He just cooks dinner every night.
Yes, because other than that, he'd be out there. First of all, his food sucks.
Chicken George is a horrible cook, but that's better than me, so I eat his food every night.
Yeah. But, the thing about Chicken George is I don't see him as being this, like, I see him as putting up a very good front. The fact that every time the doors are closed, Chicken George walks in, you know, and sits down and pops a squat.
Yeah.
I definitely see Chicken George as recon. If he's recon for you guys or recon for someone...
Well, he's recon for himself.
That's what Chicken George is.
Yeah.
So, and like with me, he doesn't feel like he has to... He's not always on his best behavior because he feels he's in go with Howie.
Right.
You know, which allows me to see more of the real Chicken George as opposed to...
And listen, this is All-Stars. Everyone's playing here. If anyone pretends they're not, they're lying. Like,
right.
And listen, I think Erica's an absolute sweetheart. She's probably going to be a friend of mine outside of this house. She's playing this just like everybody else.
I think she's actually playing a little bit better than Marcellus. You know?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
So, about this, like, I really want to understand where you were. Because, like, you always say, oh, I want to go home, you want to go home. And if you want to go home, I mean, I can put you up there as a pawn, and then you have the potential of going home. But if you're really that adamant, it would be my last scenario as to play.
Well, I mean, this is, once again, here I'll reiterate, this is my thing. The whole show has been completely bittersweet. I was promised a lot more than we're being given. I thought, I mean, even, just so you understand, even if the conditions were horrible, I would be happier with that.
Because it'd be more entertaining.
It's a show, and I came here for the experience. I'm the only previous winner. I didn't have a preconceived notion I could win. I was promised over and over and over by the producers this was going to be huge, and they really led me to believe that sequential...